it's never too late. It's never too late. You want to have a self-pity that you are doing all the work,
Yeah.
or you feel that you are the pivot. So that's your choice. It's
Yeah.
about choices you make. Advantage of starting after 50 is you kind of you have seen it all, and you are at that stage where you don't need to really hurry up things. You can take your time. One of the biggest thing was that most of us have jewelry which has been lying in the lockers.
Yes.
Yeah. So UCreations mantra is where your investment. When you love yourself, you want to flaunt yourself, you try to be different, you try to stand out,
Yeah.
and jewelry as an accessory is a statement about this. You are wearing a piece which is a bold piece or an expensive piece, it's kind of you are trying to tell the world, trying to tell yourself, I have arrived. You are just go out and venture out into the world. There is a whole big world of possibilities.
Hi, Upasna, and welcome to the About Her Show, a show where we get trailblazing women to share the story of their lives with us. To tell us about their successes, failures, ups and downs, challenges, choices, all of it, so that not only do they get a platform to showcase themselves, but they also help us inspire other women. Women who are listening, women who are watching, women who have dreams and ambitions, but for some reason have not been able to follow those dreams. And then, along with women, we also get men on the show because we believe that for a truly gender inclusive world, men and women need to be allies in this journey.
Agree.
And of course, I'm absolutely delighted to have you on the show because I've known you for so many years. And I have seen your transition from being a, how should I say, a true blue homemaker, mother, wife, all of that to now this hotshot businesswoman who has, who's taking on the world of jewelry by storm. So it's very heartening, very inspiring, and definitely something that we need to know more about. So, once again, a very, very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much for considering me that I should be on your show. It's my privilege and my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There was, I mean, every reason to get you. So, let's get started. Okay. So, tell me, Pasna, growing up, what kind of environment shaped you? I mean, what were the early influences at home or in school that quietly planted the seeds of who you are today?
So my father was a lecturer in chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
and at home the atmosphere was like that we were purely driven by academics. I wanted to follow my father's footsteps. So very competitive environment,
Mm-hmm.
but along with that, totally self-driven, motivated by my mother. The whole environment, the early years, training was only this, that if you want to do something in the world, you need to be educated very well. So
Yes.
that's what inspired us.
Okay. So you think, but somewhere this streak that emerged later in life of your starting your own business, do you think the seeds were planted sometime in those days?
I don't think so because there was no business background as such.
Okay, okay,
But yes, uh, my mom was very ambitious for us. So the same streak continued with us. So to
okay.
do better in life, earlier it was purely academics.
Hmm.
So I was a good student,
Hmm.
did very well in school with all the extracurricular activities along with that.
Hmm.
So that was the main thing. But
Okay.
yes, you can say in the early years, the spirit of competing and to be the best was definitely planted.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So, like you said, that you began your professional life as a lecturer. And of course, what drew you to academics was the fact that your father was already in that space. So, tell me, once you became a lecturer, how did that phase shape your thinking and confidence as a young woman?
Oh, it was amazing
Hmm.
because to be a part of journey of so many students, it
Hmm.
was a very fulfilling experience. And along with that, I matured as a person. I became, I can say, much more confident than I was,
Hmm.
and whole world of knowledge was there for us. So we gained that knowledge, and it helped us shape our personalities.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because when you go out there in the world, you interact with so many people, there is
Yeah,
exposure, there is awareness. So definitely, confidence is a byproduct of that.
yeah, and you learn so much. You learn so much in the process.
Of course.
You, your total thought process changes.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. So then, of course, you got married. Yeah. So basically, you stepped away from your career after marriage due to, circumstances. So tell me, what was that transition like for you? I mean, emotionally and mentally. I mean, did you feel a sense of loss or did you embrace that phase fully?
No, there was no sense of loss.
Hmm.
I never regretted. It was a conscious decision on my part. I worked for 5 years before I took a sabbatical to
Hmm.
take care of the kids of home. My husband was in a very high profile job. He had a lot of traveling to do. So
Hmm.
once I took the decision of having kids, so it was a conscious effort on my part that I
Hmm.
wanted to be part of their growing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no
There were
regrets
no
as such.
regrets, no
Sorry?
loss, no. There were no regrets.
Okay. So of
Yeah.
course I have seen you totally immersed in that phase. So you chose to fully kind of, as I said, immerse yourself and give the best to your children, right?
Yes.
Okay. So tell
I
me,
was a very yeah. Sorry.
yeah, yes, you were saying?
I was a very bright student.
Mm,
I wanted to inculcate the same values, the same motivation, the same inspiration in my kids.
okay.
So I wanted to be with them.
Right.
Nobody forced me. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So tell me, as a homemaker for so many years, what parts of yourself stayed alive beneath the surface? I mean, were there creative instincts or ambitions that were really there within you?
Well, one part was being the part of the kids' education, along with them doing their projects and everything.
Yeah.
And even at a younger age, I always used to customize whatever I used to wear,
Hmm.
uh, whether it was jewelry or it were clothes. So that part was kept alive, along with the bringing up of kids, along with my other activities.
Okay. So, which means that you were always like trying to do things differently. I mean, if you're dressing up in a certain way, then you try
Yeah,
to be different so that you kind of stood out amongst your, circle of people. Is that it?
definitely. I was noticed, I was appreciated,
Hmm.
and yes, it was part of my being.
Okay. So tell me, we all belong to a certain generation, which is quite different from, of course, the women that are around here today. So, do you think women of your generation were conditioned to prioritize family over self expression? And how do you reflect on those choices today?
Yes, we were conditioned,
Hmm.
but I also believe that as a woman, I was privileged to be part of that environment.
Hmm.
Actually, I don't know whether these days women think of it as a privilege or not,
Hmm.
but the way we were pampered by our families and we could do everything at our pace,
Hmm.
it was because of the financial backing we got from our husbands
Hmm.
and the support we got from our family. Yes, we were conditioned to prioritize everything,
Hmm.
but also we were supported.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was a support system, and that's why we could do it.
Okay. So when you're saying conditioned, yes, we were brought up to believe that family, children, homes were to be our priorities. But at the same time, we got the adequate support, encouragement, respect from people around us, which did not let us feel that we were missing out on something. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Also, it is an individual thinking process.
Hmm.
It's how you take it. You want to be a victim, and you want to feel that you want to have a self pity that you are doing all the work,
Yeah.
or you feel that you are the pivot. So that's your choice. It's
Yeah.
about choices you make.
So it is the way you look at it. So,
Yes,
all right. So you think choices are being made differently nowadays?
definitely. In the name of feminism, when women think they can do it all, after all, there are 24 hours in a day.
Right.
One. Secondly, I think physically, having kids take a toll on your body.
Hmm.
So don't take it so harshly on yourself that you need to do it all. You need to prove it all.
Hmm.
No, you can be part of a home. You can be a mother. You can have a career. You need to balance it out.
Okay. So don't try to push yourself too much into
Yes.
anything,
Yes.
because ultimately you have to bear the brunt. I mean, you get to bear whatever good or bad there is. So don't push yourself too hard. Is that what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Always remember to take care of yourself along with everything else.
Yeah, that's.
That's a very important part, which we also forgot maybe at some time when we were younger.
Hmm.
We could think, we are going to go all the way out and do everything on our own.
Right.
But after a few years, you realize you need to, I won't say slow down,
Hmm.
but you need to have a balance. You need to figure out your
Correct.
priorities.
Okay. And then you turned 50 and decided to start a business, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, starting a business after 50 is a powerful statement. I mean, it's not something that you can just ignore. So, what was the turning point that made you say, now it is my time and I want to do it?
Actually, for me, initially when I started, it was more of a hobby.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I was introduced to lab grown diamonds by someone.
Huh.
First, I tried to wear the pieces myself. Once I was convinced about the product, that's when I ventured out to talk about it to others. So
Okay,
my friends, my family, they trusted me. They also used the product. Then I started designing the pieces for them also. Then everybody started noticing. They liked the product. And that's when I thought that maybe, at some point this hobby can go further. I
right.
can take it to another level.
Okay,
So, yeah, that's how it started. Initially, when I started, it wasn't in my mind that it will become such a big venture.
okay. So you're
Yeah,
saying that it was a slow process. I mean, you gradually, I mean, in the sense that you first got introduced to it, and there was at the background that creative streak in you. So you decided to dabble into lab
yeah,
grown diamonds. And
yes,
as you kind of progressed and started designing for others, started getting a positive response, you decided to expand and turn it into a business, right? Okay. So, but when this transition was happening, the hobby turning into a business, did you really see it becoming something very big?
actually, I would say the turning point was when my husband also started taking interest in it.
Okay.
So he kind of encouraged me to first take a formal step,
Hmm.
like taking a specific course for diamond recognition.
Hmm.
And after that, he joined me.
Hmm.
He invested in the business,
Hmm.
and that was the turning point.
Okay.
That's when we developed our website. The whole marketing was taken over by him,
Hmm.
and that was the turning point. That just changed the game. That just changed the scale.
Correct, correct. So, which means that when that validation and support came from him, the business became bigger because obviously he pumped in the money, there was some expertise coming in, and of course, you decided to get your certifications. So, obviously, all that helped. Okay. But when you were kind of in that transition stage again, when you decided that you are going to turn this passion into a brand, you're going to make it big with all the support, were there any fears or doubts in your mind? And if yes, then how did you navigate those?
First fear was that will I be able to justify the ROI, that is return on investment?
Yes.
That was the biggest fear.
Hmm.
Second was jewelry is a very niche segment.
Yeah.
So when somebody buys a jewelry, there are three factors.
Hmm.
One is trust.
Hmm.
People have been going to their old jewelers for years, right?
Yeah.
Second was the branding.
Hmm.
So either you will go to an old trusted jeweler or you will go to a brand. So
Right.
to break into those shackles and to bring the validity to the extent that somebody trusts us like a brand,
Hmm.
that was a big thing. And that's where the systems and processes were put in place. Something like certification of diamonds, certification of jewelry pieces, HUID, hallmarking, GST,
Hmm.
all were taken care. So we grew organically. We were not in a hurry. So
Hmm.
UCreations as a full concept when it came into being, the systems and process they were backed by well certain points where you could validate our jewelry pieces, because to venture in this market to stand out, uh, I would say you not only need to be different. Designs is one thing,
Yeah.
but jewelry is a big investment.
Of
Lot
course.
of money. People when people spend money, initially it was considered. Even now, it is like an investment. It's not clothes that you will buy from Instagrams,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Right.
So the whole system was set up, and that's where it changed the game.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's where it changed the game. And then slowly, when when you are validated, when you authenticate your product, then you can talk about it in a different manner.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not only talking, you have that confidence that you can say with full confidence that you can
Yes.
get your product checked anywhere. It's a very big statement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that I think that building that trust and confidence in the minds of your clients or customers is the biggest thing. So I mean, there were no fears as far as venturing out as a woman was concerned after 50, but it was more about breaking into that mindset of people, going to their jewelers, creating trust, for your brand, people having confidence in your brand. That is what it was. And you decided to work around it by getting your certifications, by making sure that your product was genuine, authentic, which is what people are looking for in a piece of jewelry, right?
Yeah.
All right.
The biggest, I would say, advantage of starting after 50 is
Hmm.
you kind of you have seen it all, done it all.
Yes. Yes.
You know, you are at a different level of your, I would say, you are at that stage where you don't need to really hurry up things. You can take your time,
Yes. Yes.
and you have experience of years with you. And I had my husband who had worked in a corporate sector.
Hmm. Hmm.
So with his backing, with his vision, so as it is, the fear of unknown was not there.
Right.
So
Right.
when we were doing all these things rightly, so uh, I had a mentor who told me that never fear the competition,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
strive to be like them,
Right.
embrace their better practices.
Correct.
For example, Tanishq is a very big name.
Hmm.
So rather than criticizing them, try to embrace and try to understand what they are doing to authenticate their products. If
Yes.
you follow that system and if you are confident about your designs, you will definitely will be able to win your clients.
Very true. Very true. So you're saying that with age comes maturity, so you don't need to
Yes.
prove anything to anyone. You are very comfortable in your space.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got the support, you got the mentorship, and of course, you also got your certification. So the whole system was stable, secure, and which gave you the confidence to move on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, along with the confidence, the another very important factor in this business is being honest with your clients.
of course. Yes.
What you are advising them, you need to be honest about it.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes when you try, you have to understand your clients.
Yeah.
Somebody, if a young girl comes to you, she wants some very dainty pieces or delicate pieces. Just in the pursuit of selling your product at a higher price or a bigger product, you can't just keep telling them, you
Hmm.
know, you have to buy more expensive things. You
Hmm.
need to be honest with them.
Yes. Yes. That is so
And that,
important.
that what pays off later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It always pays off.
Absolutely. So, coming to your brand, UCreations. Now, as I understand, it has a very distinct design language, modern yet timeless. So, tell me, how would you describe your creative voice and where does it come from?
Well, my creative voice, one of the biggest thing was that, most of us have jewelry which has been lying in the lockers.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah. So your creations mantra is where your investment,
Hmm. Right.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So along with the traditional lines, today's woman who is working, who has more international exposure, she not only wants to wear a piece of jewelry where she only wants to flaunt it,
Hmm.
or it has to be a style statement. She has to be comfortable wearing it, and the all the time the piece doesn't have to be necessarily in your face. So
Yeah.
you need to categorize your workwear jewelry, your party jewelry, like that,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So more to do with the occasions, all those things. So you creation, as far as creativity and styling is concerned, uh, every brand can say it's a very cliched statement that we try to be different.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yes, I do bring the element of modernity into my designs, and I we customize it also, because
Hmm.
that's a very big thing.
Yeah.
Initially, we used to go to the market, and especially from people they have come and told me, who come from small towns, that there is no choice. You just go there, whatever is available, you buy.
Hmm.
But when I enjoy it the most, when I'm able to satisfy the client's demand, that the piece is different,
Hmm.
it's comfortable, it is stylish at the same time.
Right. 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 So that's very important. Like you said, that most of us have so much jewelry which is lying in the lockers which we don't wear. So what you are trying to give them is it is modern, it is suited to your times and requirements. So you customize it accordingly. So which they can wear. Because ultimately, if you're putting in that kind of money into a piece of jewelry, you better wear it also. I mean, there is no point of it lying in the locker. Okay. So, of course, like you mentioned, that you went on to formally study diamonds, jewelry design, of course, and that was basically also to understand the business and also give it an element of authenticity in the sense that tell your customers that I know exactly what I am talking about. So, there was credibility, there was confidence. But tell me, going back into studying at that age, did it kind of like create some kind of a hesitation in your mind, or were you a little unsure about going back into studying at this age?
Oh, I loved it.
All
I
right.
loved it. The
Hmm.
best part was being with all the younger students. I was the senior citizen in my class
Okay.
because most of the time, the children who come to do these courses, their parents are already into the jewelry business. It's
Correct.
a
Correct.
second generation who comes to study to do these courses.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I absolutely loved it. And as it is, I was a good student. I was a merit holder in school, college, and
Hmm.
I did my MPhil. So, you know, I actually enjoyed going back to the studies where I had no worries, and at this stage also, I didn't have the pressure to stand to, you really score very high marks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that is why probably this course was very, very enjoyable.
Okay.
And
Okay.
when your passion, hobby turns into this thing, a formal career, there's no pressure. You just enjoy it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And I
you
think
just enjoy it.
a very
After the journey, it also gave me the confidence to, get into the line which I never thought I would,
mm,
which was going further with natural diamonds.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that was my biggest take, and it was a big leap. So
Mm-hmm.
now I can say very proudly that, more than half the stock is of natural diamonds. So I'm able to sell those pieces also with as much comfort and ease and authenticity as I could do with lab grown.
Right, right. So very important here because I think at a later age when you go back to studying or academics, first of all, you know why you're doing it. I think youngsters sometimes don't know why they are doing a particular thing. And second of all, there's nothing to prove. You're okay with it the way it is. I mean, you do well, fine. You don't do, that is also fine. So I think that gives you a lot of comfort, which ultimately just takes all the hesitation away. Yeah.
No, yeah, not only that, I think when we all went for our formal studies, especially after school,
Mm,
so in our days, there was not so much choice given to the students, that you can be creative. There were these very uh, cliched, I would say, the categories of work.
mm,
Like girls, very comfortable for them, go into teaching, become a doctor,
mm.
without asking or without taking into consideration that how much this person is interested in that subject.
Yeah.
Even the capabilities, I think, were not considered. You got certain marks in 10th standard, period. You take science, you take
Mm,
commerce, that's
mm.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So in this case, I was very sure that what I'm going in for. That was the beauty of the whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So that I think makes all the difference.
that makes all the difference.
Mm, mm, mm.
And I wish we can, give that encouragement and that choice to our kids now.
Yes. Yes.
That,
I.
you take your time to think about it, and you do what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So, of course, like we just spoke about the fact that your brand and the kind of jewelry that you create, you want jewelry to become a part of a woman's life, her story, and all of that. So, tell me how much of your own journey, your story is reflected in your designs.
So I think when you love yourself,
Hmm.
you want to flaunt yourself, you try to be different, you try to stand out,
Yeah.
and jewelry as an accessory is a statement about this.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
And that's how it reflects you. So,
Yes.
what you wear, somewhere you are, because this is the first impression
Hmm.
is your physical appearance,
Yeah.
and jewelry enhances your physical appearance.
Right.
So, when you want to stand out, then this becomes part of you.
Yes, that is so true. So, like, if we could just link it back to what you said earlier, that, there was that creative streak in you where you wanted, to stand out, to be different in your circle of friends. So, probably this is what has come now into your jewelry designing, where you are helping and enabling women to be different, of course, love themselves, flaunt what they're wearing, but
Yeah,
being able to wear, like you said, I mean, something that reflects a modern woman,
yes.
which is wearable.
Because modern woman is not buying jewelry just for the investment.
Yes, yes, yes.
She is financially quite independent,
Yeah, yeah, right.
and she is out there to somewhere prove it also.
Yeah,
So jewelry somewhere becomes a statement of that also. If
correct.
you are wearing a piece which is a bold piece or an expensive piece, it's kind of you are trying to tell the world, trying to tell yourself, I have arrived.
Right. That's so true. Okay, so Upasna, what would you say to women who feel like they're too late to start something of their own? I mean, what has this second chapter of your life taught you about time, identity, and possibility?
Oh, it's never too late.
Hmm.
It's never too late. Like if you feel that there were constraints that in your earlier years when you were younger, because of other responsibilities, you couldn't do something,
Yeah.
just go out and venture out into the world.
Hmm.
There is a whole big world of possibilities, and once you are on that path, you will definitely see the light at the end of the day. And it just, you just keep moving. I can tell you about myself. When I started, I didn't think it that way, but the way I got the contacts, the way we found people, probably, they say that you get what you want,
Hmm.
you find what you are looking for. I always thought that, it's a kind of, people are just trying to uh, guide you or trying to give you a lecture about it. But no, I experienced it myself.
Right.
When I went into that direction, somehow maybe the whole universe was trying to tell me, and things just started coming together. We just started getting people who were out there in this business,
Hmm.
and they were so helpful. They just said that we are ready to handhold you. It's very good. You start your journey. We are there with you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think, like they always say, where there is a will, there is a way. So don't let age or anything stop you. Just try it out. Just do it. Nothing is going to happen. At best, it won't happen, which is also fine. At least you won't have the regret of not even trying. Right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That I think is very important.
That's very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't get scared.
Yes.
Don't get scared. Nothing will happen. And another very important message is give it time.
Yeah. That is also important.
Don't get disheartened. It takes time to build a thing.
Yes.
There is no quick fix.
There is.
Now it's been almost 7 to 8 years I have been doing it. Our GST registration happened in 2021.
Hmm.
And when I started, if you know that for GST returns, there has to be a particular amount of sale in a year when you file your GST. So, when my husband insisted that we take GST, I said, "Are you sure? Do we like? Is it possible that that there'll be so much return that we need to do this?" He said, "No. First of all, it has to be in a way that everything is legalized."
Correct. Hmm.
We also took our import export license. We have not explored it yet, but you never know.
You never.
Sky is the limit.
Hmm.
So when you are on this path, uh, keep uh, updating yourself, keep ticking all your formalities, try to be at a place. Don't think small.
Hmm.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So all I can say is, when you have to give it time, you can't be discouraged. Initially, there was one sale in a month, two at the most, sometimes maybe nothing.
Hmm.
I never knew that I would reach this stage that, where I'll be catering more than 10 to 15 orders in a month.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
I have more than 200 customers now.
Wow, that's really, really incredible. So, yes, you have to give it time. I mean, obviously, things take time. You're building a brand, you have to set the foundation, you have to let people know about it. So, definitely, patience is something that you need. Okay. So, Pasna, while we've come to the end of the conversation, we still have the rapid fire round, which is five quick questions followed by five quick answers. So, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. The first one. One word that defines you today.
Privileged.
All right. The next one. Biggest myth about starting late in life.
You are never late. Age is just a number.
Right, right. The next one. One emotion you want your designs to evoke.
When a woman looks at my collection, she should say, I want it all.
Oh, lovely. That's really nice. Okay, the next one. A moment when you felt truly proud of yourself.
Well, What do I say?
Well,
Since the beginning, I feel proud when my customers keep coming back to me with their word of appreciations.
okay. So each time they come back and appreciate, you feel
Yes, I
proud.
feel proud of myself.
All
Definitely.
right. And the last one, a word you would use to describe the woman you designed for.
That woman is the one who loves herself. I designed for that.
Lovely, lovely. That is actually so true. Okay, so Pasta, absolutely delightful. I mean, it is so wonderful to see the way you have blossomed, the way you have found your calling, your path, and then decided to go along, as you said, that, with patience and time and all of that, you're doing it. It is so wonderful to see that because I think there are so many women out there who want to take that first step, but, something holds them back. I mean, it's not only the system around them or the family around them, I think something within them stops them. So if they listen to your story, listen to where you reached today, I'm so sure they're going to get so inspired. So thank you so much for being on this.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for tuning in to the About Her show. If you enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more from where that came from. Our previous guests have shared some amazing stories, so be sure to catch up on past episodes. To keep up with our inspiring conversations and to never miss an update, hit subscribe, rate, review, and share the love. Follow us on social media for some great content, and don't forget to check out our website www.aboutherbysangeeta.com for stories that resonate, inspire, and empower. Know a remarkable woman or an inspiring man blazing a trail? We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a note at web.abouther@gmail.com and let's bring their story to life on the About Her show.